targets and you take no prisoners. 1 minute you're up $500,000 in soybeans, and the next, boom, your kids don't go to college and they've repossessed your Bentley. Are you with me?
The revolution starts now.
We have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
Turn those machines back on!
And we have to start by building a wall, a big, beautiful, powerful wall.
Show me the money!
You are fake news.
Oh, good for you. And how was it?
I don't know when they decided that they wanted to make a virtue out of selfishness.
If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on earth.
Well, that's the start of the revolution here on Lake Effect Radio. Streaming live at lakeeffectradio.org/studio or in S building right now. Not including, we have some special guests here today. We have the first tease of Cleveland with us. Brian, Mary, how you doing?
Great, thanks, Jeremiah.
Yeah, good. How are you?
Oops, that was a mistake. I had the audio sort of playing over. Forgot to hit the brake. Oopsies.
Okay. Take two.
Yeah, take two. And that.
There we are.
So we have the first tease of Cleveland again. So hello, Brian and Mary.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Oh, no problem. Sort of my one little mistake in that this morning. Should have got a little more coffee this morning. But first, you want to start off a little about like you guys of your position in
Sure,
titles?
yeah. So I'm the program director. So the first T, I'll back up. As a youth development character education organization, we are what we feel the foremost leader in Northeast Ohio for developing young people's character, fostering core values, life skills, and healthy habits through the game of golf. Kids come to any one of our 4 green grass locations. They get a wonderful golf skill coaching from our volunteers, but in that we seamlessly integrate these values and skills so that they can become the best person on the golf course and off the golf course. As program director, I'm responsible for developing the curriculum, training our coaches and volunteers, ensuring that programs are running smoothly, that participant success is happening. I really try hard to foster a culture where there's a lot of progression and retention of our participants, and certainly want to keep parents and our volunteers happy and knowledgeable about what's going on. So that takes up a big part of my responsibilities as well.
Fair enough. So, Mary, what do you do?
I am the development and marketing director, so I am in charge of fundraising, events, and marketing, public relations, social media, a little bit of everything. So I've been with the organization almost 2 years now, and it's exciting to see the growth. Every year we're serving more local youth around Northeast Ohio. By the end of this year, we probably will serve approximately 2,000 young people, ages 6 to 18. So it's a fast-paced, exciting organization to work with. We are actually a chapter of the national organization, the First Tee. So the national group is just over 20 years old, and our local chapter is just under 20 years old.
What Mary's not telling you, she does a great job raising funds for our program. Our participant fees are so stinking low. I mean, literally next to nothing. And there's a big gap to make up. And part of what Mary does and what she does so well is ensuring that every kid has a place at the First Tee. I mean, like she said, we're going to serve over 2,000 kids this year. That takes a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of effort. And she does a great job bringing in those funds so we can continue to have a high-level, high-impact program for our kids in Northeast Ohio.
Fair enough.
Right. The average annual participant fee is around $75, and it really costs us over $800 to deliver the program to one child annually. So, like Brian said, we really have a large gap to fill. So we're reaching out to corporations, individuals, and foundations for donations year-round.
That's even somewhat cheaper than even some of the high schools to pay to play.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, and the point is, we recognize that every kid has a right to this wonderful proven curriculum. There was an actual independent study done on our curriculum, and it is proven that 78% of the kids that go through our program will increase grades, their confidence, and their social responsibility. So we know it's a great program. So shame on us for alienating a population that wouldn't be able to pay if we kept it so high. In fact, my daughter takes swim lessons, And for 1 month of swim lessons, she could participate the entire year, January through December, at the First Tee of Cleveland. So it's very low for a reason. We even have scholarships available. So if those students have trouble paying, or that cost, even though as low as it is, it still may be and hit a barrier to entry for some, we want to take that away. So we will have money set aside to help these young people pay. And we say scholarship because scholarship is something that you earn because we believe in you. We understand how much these kids are going to embrace this program. So that's money well spent on our end. Absolutely.
True. So what first brought you guys to come and say, hey, I want to join this organization?
I had been doing some marketing on a freelance basis and just got more and more involved, and just really loved the whole mission and what the organization's all about, interacting with the board and the volunteer coaches, and we have a fabulous junior board. So it was easy. And once an opportunity showed up for me they were looking to hire the first development director. And so I applied and was very fortunate to land the position. And so that's how I ended up with the First Tee. And Brian's got a great story.
Yeah, the First Tee is really the only career I've ever known. I started my journey in 2003. I graduated high school, and I had a wonderful high school golf coach, good mentor of mine. Watching him, he was the head golf pro at the course where we played, and watching him and seeing how much fun he had in his career, it really got me inspired to want a career in golf. And he was also big on giving back to our community and community service. So each year we would do a community golf day. Well, lo and behold, these two kids that I was working with, we were all having a lot of fun. And Grandma came up to me and said, hey, my daughter runs this program called the First Tee here in south of Columbus, Ohio. Why don't you check it out? She's looking for some help, and you might be a great fit. So I kind of did a little research and saw what it did. I thought, this is great. This is my end to become a golf pro. And once I got involved with what the First Tee is and does, and once I saw how much the curriculum really does impact these young people, to see them making better choices, to see them making friends, to see them having fun in a safe environment, this is really, really cool. And it's something I just wanted to do for life. I've been involved now for 16 years. At various chapters with various responsibilities. I've been a part of the First Tee of Cleveland since February of 2011, and I'll be a part of the First Tee of Cleveland hopefully until the day I decide I'll hang up the clubs. But it's just, like I said, Jeremiah, it's a wonderful organization. It really does a lot for so many young kids. At the very minimum, and this is what keeps me in the program, at the very minimum, kids will come out, they'll be around other kids their age in a safe environment with safe adults where they're allowed to be themselves. So at worst, they're going to have a fun, safe experience. At best, they're going to learn skills that are going to help literally change their life.
Well, it's true in that it's even sort of like even here that you get those ones, they're afraid of a new experience here being at a big place. Here and there, some people aren't the public speakers of the world.
Sure.
And all that you sort of bring them in, teach them. You see, their experience. Not really meeting certain people, because some of them, they might not, they graduate in that year or two out in the workforce, then decide, I'm going to come here. They don't know anyone.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
And that's and part of what we teach is those meeting and greeting skills. So our young people, and this is great. They from the very beginning, whether you are age 6 or 18, your first experience at the First Tee is going to be learning how to shake hands, looking people in the eye, stating your name loudly and clearly, and you're going to show some confidence. We do that at the beginning of every single class. We do it at the end of every single class. And what we've noticed is our kids are not afraid to go up to other people, adults, kids, whomever, tell them who they are and show that confidence. And you can watch it happen organically as our curriculum goes through its motions. It's just fun to see these kids just develop into young adults. It's awesome.
Mm.
And to that point, we have fabulous alumni that stay in touch with us. They're grateful for what they've learned and the relationships they built with Brian and the coaches. So they'll come back and volunteer to help coach in the summer while they're in college. They'll come to our special events and volunteer. they really appreciate how much they've gained from the first tee, and it's really neat to see them stay in touch with us and move on in their careers and really success.
Yeah, we we had our annual benefit in July of this year, and had a great time. We had some alumni want to come back and help out, and sure enough, one student who was entering he had finished his freshman year of college, had been in our program for I want to say 8 years, was so excited about being able to help out as an alumni. He even donates now to our program.
That's right.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, he gave $100. I mean, to a 19-year-old college student, $100 is a heck of a lot of money, and he freely gave that up. That says a lot, in my opinion, about what we do and how we do it.
It's definitely, especially going to a 4-year net, which that's not cheap.
No, not at all.
At all.
Not
for
at
sure.
all. Yeah. Going anywhere, regardless of where it is.
True.
Tuition is expensive, whether it's a high school or even a private elementary school. I mean, my goodness, going to school is a fantastic sum of money, and for him to give that up it's pretty telling. Absolutely.
But that's one good thing, though, in a way, that seeing the past people to come in that help out, in a way, just helping out, because not including seeing the past people that when they were going through the program, helping out too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So,
absolutely.
So we have 6 full-time staff members and about 10 part-time paid coaches.
Yeah.
And we have over 100 volunteer coaches. So that really helps us successfully deliver the program. We're always looking for new volunteers. If people are interested in coaching, they're trained and background checked, and they don't really have to be excellent golfers.
No,
they just need to care about kids.
That's it. Yeah, if you can show up when you say you're going to show up, if you can ask open-ended questions, and if you can care and keep kids safe, you are everything we need in a volunteer. And we, like you said, Mary, we have 107 of the most fantastic people in the world who give of their time and their talent to help our young people succeed. It's pretty amazing to watch. I would say of those 107 or so, a good 80 of them are working professionals. So they take time away from work, time away from their families, time away from their own hobbies to want to help Greater Cleveland's youth. That says a lot about the city of Cleveland and really Northeast Ohio and the type of people that are here in this area.
They're willing to give back. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, it's motivating to see. Very motivating to see.
For sure. Not including, where do you have your program delivered?
This is the best part. We have a fantastic facility in Newburgh Heights, which is just south of downtown Cleveland. Literally, at Washington Golf Course, it's a Cleveland Metro Park facility. Yeah. You can see Key Bank Tower, a couple other downtown buildings from the driving range. We are 5 minutes south, very centrally located on in between the Fleet and Harvard exits on Interstate 77. That's where our main headquarters is, where our offices are, where we have the biggest space and capacity. It's a beautiful, absolutely beautiful, well-maintained, manicured 9-hole mid-length golf course, 7 par 3s, 2 par 4s. It's a challenge on every hole. If you're a 12-year-old kid and you have a bent grass, tees, fairways, and greens golf course to play, it's pretty exceptional. So we have that facility. First Tee raised the funds to build that. We turn it over to the Metro Parks. They run it, which is great. We have access to the course. It's a win-win for everybody. But as we near capacity at that facility, we had to go branch out where other kids are, where they may not make the trip to Newburgh Heights. So what we decided to do, we strategized and said, how can we really serve Greater Cleveland? And so we've partnered strategically with Greengrass Golf Courses in the surrounding Cuyahoga County area, where we can reach kids where they are versus hoping that they make the drive to us. So on the west side, we are at Meadowwood Golf Course in Westlake, Ohio. On the east side, we're at Briardale Greens Golf Course in Euclid. And on what we consider the south side, southeast really, is Grantwood Golf Course in Solon. We are looking to expand some more, certainly trying to look out in this area as well. As we know, there's a group of kids out this way that could really enjoy this wonderful curriculum. I know a lot of families that would like to have this in their backyard. So we are strategizing toward the end of this year to figure out where else can we be, where else can we go. I haven't quite made any concrete decisions yet, but I would imagine by January 1, we'll probably have 2 more program locations open up.
Fair enough. Not looking, it's always you gotta sort of strategize to know where the next place you want to go and that.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into opening a new facility. We have to make sure that we have the personnel in place that can run and manage it. And then are there schools in the area? Is there other youth organizations? Yeah, is there a mass of kids that we can pull from? And make no mistake, we're not trying to go into an area where there's Boys and Girls Clubs and Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, and we're trying to poach those kids to join our program. In fact, we collaborate with many community partners around Northeast Ohio to influence and impact and inspire our kids through our curriculum. So we do a lot of field trips. We do a lot of parent engagement pieces in schools. We're working on even more staff development. Some of the schools that we're in, we partner with local elementary schools to deliver our programming in phys ed settings. So we're trying to even do staff development with the teachers so that they can even speak to our core values, so that all day long, during school, after school, in the summer, a student can be immersed in the first T in our core values.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, how do you impact participants with the experience of the program?
Yeah, everything's activity-based. Students come, typically classes is an hour and a half or 2 hours, just depending on your age and level. And during that time, very rarely are they sitting and being still. We have activities, games. We take a very games-based approach to what we do, either on practice facilities like driving range, putting green, chipping area, or we're out on the golf course doing a golf game of some kind. During every lesson, inherent to the golf skill piece, there are a core value, a life skill, such as managing negative emotions, goal setting, planning for the future, things like that are integrated in these activities. So we're really tricking the kids. They think they're in a golf lesson, but what we do at the very end of the class is what we call our bridge to life. We help them make the connection of what they did and learned and experienced in the actual lesson itself, how they can take that same skill set, those same values, and apply it to their home, their school, and their community.
Fair enough. Especially like in the way a game of golf of you sort of have the problem solving or, figuring out and all that amongst it. So,
yeah, it's golf can be challenging. If you've never played, I encourage you to pick up a club and give it a shot, and you'll see pretty quick that it's not, I would say, the easiest of games, but it is a fun challenge. And most of our students, believe it or not, they're not really concerned about breaking par or being the best golfer ever. We do have some of those participants, so we have great volunteers that step in and who have that big golf background who can teach those skills. We have some students playing collegiate golf, even Division I collegiate golf. But 70% of our kids, they like it because being outside is fun and golf is pretty cool and they get to make friends here. And they, more importantly than all that, they get to be themselves. I mean, it's hard to be a kid anymore now, and giving kids a chance to be a kid and make friends and just have fun and be a little carefree. That's important and that matters. So you said, how do we impact kids? I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about, like I said, those 107 volunteers. I mean, those are the ones that really, that's where the rubber meets the road. How we do it is in a pretty unique way. We're not going to tell kids what to do. And I think so often kids are just told, do this and do that, and here's how you do this and here's how you do that. It's very experiential learning. So we do a lot of play, learn, play. Kids get a chance to explore a little bit in a safe way. Then we all come back and figure out what we've learned, and let's try it again after we've learned a few skills. We will encourage kids and we will push kids in a certain direction, but ultimately they're the ones making the choices and the decisions. Oftentimes, kids will be out in the fairway and they'll ask, well, what club do I hit here? And rather than say the answer, we'll say, well, what do you think? What would you pick? What do you feel would be best for you? And then they try it. And then we talk about, okay, what was that the best choice? What could you have done differently? There's a learning experience that happens there. And what we see is as kids get older, they become more confident and more passionate about the decisions that they make. So now the judgments become less worrisome. There's no decision remorse. We see them being confident in what they're doing. So when the really hard choices come, like where am I going to go to high school? Where am I going to go to college? What am I going to do with my life? Should I try drugs, alcohol, tobacco, whatever the case may be, they have that skill set where they know I'm going to make the best choice for me and I'm going to be fine with it.
That's true. That's true. So with that...
A couple other things we do, being in Cleveland, in Northeast Ohio, with the tough weather, we can't truly be outside year-round. So in the winter months, in February and March, we have a kids' cooking class. So it's a lot of fun. They come in on Saturdays, and they learn the life skills and core values through cooking. So Brian even participated a couple years ago, along with the kids.
Yeah. No one's confused me of being a very good cook. But what a great way to model.
Certain people that have that skill.
Yeah, right? Well, and we take the approach that anyone in our program can develop any skill. It just takes opportunity and it takes effort. And I thought, what a great way to model for our young people. Hey, I don't know how to do this. I'm a little nervous about it. So here I am. This is me having the opportunity, and I'm going to put forth the effort. And it's been a lot of fun. I've kind of turned a new leaf. Cooking has become a little bit of a hobby of mine, so it's pretty exciting there. But yeah, I think the biggest thing that the kids learn in that Fit to a T cooking program is the teamwork and team building that is so, in my opinion, missing in a lot of school settings today. So to have that skill to be able to work with others, to respect everyone's opinion, to sometimes take a lead and sometimes be a good follower, I think are good skills for our kids to be successful in life. And we also have, in the spring, we do a caddy training program. And this is exciting. So for our friends who are 14 and up who want a chance to make some money, we teach the basics of caddying, and then we help connect them to local clubs. And our, even Kirtland Country Club, Mark Bixler, the pro out there, he does a great job helping our young people to come on board. They can earn some money. We had one of our alumni, his last year in the program, the summer before he went on to Walsh University, he made $9,000 in one summer caddying. He helped pay for his books, and he bought a car. I mean, that's pretty exceptional for an 18-year-old kid. So we're doing everything we can. Sometimes you gotta dance with who you brought, and the weather doesn't necessarily cooperate for us all year round. So we do have a spring, summer, and fall program, but what do we do in the long winters? And here we are impacting more kids who normally wouldn't get the experience through our cooking program, our Fit to a T cooking program, and our caddy training program.
Yeah, it's definitely true, especially around here. They never know when the weather will hit.
Right. Yeah, you have to hope for the best and prepare for the worst. But I will say, with all of these activities does come, there's a cost on our end for this stuff. Again, we keep our fees very, very low. But I know, Mary, you have a great event coming up that you want to talk about. It's not necessarily a fundraising event, but it's a chance for our people to learn more about what we do, who may not be listening to your radio show today. We have a chance for people to come, enjoy a great morning with the First Tee, learn a little bit more about what we do and how we do it, and get excited about how we impact young people.
Exactly. So it's our Grit, Gratitude, and You breakfast, and it's our 8th annual at Windows on the River on November 22nd. It's a Friday morning, so it's 7:30 to 9, and we're hoping to have over 300 people there. We have a really dynamic guest speaker. Her name is June Ryan. She is the retired Rear Admiral for the U.S. Coast Guard. So one of the top females in Coast Guard history as far as leadership role. She's now an author and a public speaker, and we're really excited about having her. So
she's great.
She will really be great to hear from. And then we also have an annual award. It's the Del DeWint Civic Leadership Award, and that is going to Rick Bunicor. He is managing partner of MAI Capital Management. And Rick was also a longtime volunteer and the first board chair of our Cleveland chapter. So it's open to the public. We'd love for people to come down and learn more about us. And it is a fundraiser. We'll try to make some extra money to meet our year-end goal. So tickets are $125 a piece. And more information is on our website, and that is www.thefirsttcleveland.org. So it's TheFirsttee Cleveland.org. And then our phone number is 216-641-7799.
Yeah, it's a long website, but worth the typing. Absolutely.
Exactly.
And you'll see some great photos of some of our events. Parents can register their children for programming on our website. You can learn more information about how to get involved either on the volunteer side, how to sign up for our events, and how to sign your child up for programming.
Well, that's last week I was seeing there going through. You guys got a very nice and clean website.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's very user friendly. Jump in between.
No, that's good.
That's the goal.
We're trying.
Mm-hmm.
It's challenging to manage a website. I'll give credit to our office manager, Paula. She's the one that stirs the drink in that place, and she has a lot to manage, and she's done an exceptional job making sure our website's clean and nice and very user friendly, like you said.
Yeah, true. Not including you have other events too.
Right.
Coming
So
up.
year round, the Fit to a Tea cooking class that Brian talked about. So that's our first fundraiser of the year. So we culminate the end of the kids class with a culinary event. So we partner with Cuyahoga Community College and have it at their Culinary Management Center. So that's called Taste of the Tea. And then we also partner with Edwin's Restaurant on Shaker Square. Brandon comes down and does this fabulous wine and cheese display. So the kids actually come down and cook with the Tri-C culinary students and then serve our guests. So it's really a great party. It's very intimate, maybe, a couple hundred people tops.
It's not a huge gathering of people,
Right.
but it's a fun gathering of people.
Mm-hmm. So we do that, and then we have a great active junior board, our ambassadors committee. So they always do their own golf outing and raise a lot of money for us. So that is usually in June. So we've got more than 50 young professionals. So there's opportunities for people to get involved there too. And then in the summer we'll have our annual benefit. So it's a golf outing at one of the local country clubs typically, and then we'll have a bigger dinner and auction and really try to raise more support that way. We don't have a date yet, but that'll be in the works soon.
TBA.
Exactly.
Yeah, typically it's in July, and I'll say this: our events, and kudos to the events committee that we have on our board. Those individuals, I mean, you talk about bust their butt. They work hard on putting a really great show. When we talk about breakfast, you think of just some breakfast burrito thrown together. No, good food, good speakers. Our auction items are very high-end, top-notch. I mean, we're auctioning off Goodyear blimp rides and a week in Tuscany. I mean, these are some very high-end pieces. But we also we're trying to attract, those folks who, want to support our mission, but have an opportunity to earn a really cool gift in the process. Yeah. So, like we said, the gap is so big to help cover the cost for these kids. If you care about young people and you care about the people in your area, the First Tee of Cleveland is an organization to definitely get behind. I mean, it's well worth your fundraising dollar, giving it to us. We're very good stewards of those funds. None of us working for the First Tee are getting wealthy by any means doing what we do, but we choose to do what we do because we know it matters and we know the kids matter. So we work very hard on, and we're very judicious on how we spend the dollars that come in. More often than not, they're going right back into the program to see how we can grow and develop and help these young people succeed. So yeah, these events are wonderful. That's the golf outing that we do. It's a show. It is wonderful. And then our breakfast, our annual breakfast is like, that's the one most recently coming up. That's also a very high end, very fun event. And then throughout the year, our ambassadors committee will have a couple smaller fundraisers as well. They do I don't know if you're familiar with Chippo, the game.
Yeah.
For those unfamiliar, it's a cross between golf and cornhole, basically. So they're going to do a Chippo event coming up at Forest City Shuffleboard to help raise some funds. We had a Ballapalooza event. These ambassadors, and by the way, these are young professionals who may not have the time or the ability to volunteer in the coaching role, but they want to impact our young people. So they're a little more behind the scenes. They help with fundraising, marketing. They're great connectors and great conduits into their local communities where we can get in touch with schools and other community centers to impact more young people. But they put together that Ballapalooza event I was mentioning. They numbered 2,000 golf balls and they sold 2,000 tickets. And our students hit these golf balls to a target, and the 10 closest golf balls won prizes. Top prize was $1,000, and it's just a fun, easy event. It's a way to raise really awareness, but also a few extra dollars to help our program and help our kids succeed. We do quite a bit. It's like Mary said, 6 full-time staff, but we are really busy all throughout the year doing a lot.
Especially like the small events, the bigger.
Yeah.
It all takes planning in between and that.
There's a
and
lot
many other
behind the
things.
scenes that a lot of people don't see, but we know it's worth the effort because we know at the end of the day, we're gonna do what we can to raise our funds to meet our budget because we know the kids matter. It's that important, and we have that responsibility to serve our young people.
So our executive director, Pat Lepresti, she is just a tremendous leader. She's been the head of the organization for just almost 10 years. So with the breakfast, she has so many friends that wanted to support our mission because they know it's really helping the kids, but they're not golfers. So it was a brilliant idea of her to come up with this event where people who don't actually golf come and support our mission and be inspired and hear a great guest speaker and see the kids. All of our events, the kids come and they shake hands and greet our guests. So,
great.
kudos to Pat for it used to be called the Thanksgiving breakfast, and then we changed the name to Grit, Gratitude, and You. But it really is giving thanks and gratitude at the end of the year for a successful season with our kids and going into the giving season.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Yeah, not everyone golfs, but everyone cares. We want to capture those people who do care, especially for the youth in the community, and this is just another conduit to help them support kids that they may have never met, or certainly support an organization that cares so deeply about impacting the lives of young people.
Fair enough. But that's one thing that's also true with some people. They might not always have the time, too. Not to do the whole golfing thing, so
sure,
it's sort of that it sort of catches both avenues.
Absolutely,
of it, for sure.
And it's also great to honor. Mary alluded to Rick, who is winning the Del DeWint Award for Civic Leadership. I mean, it's very fun for us to be able to turn around and to recognize those people that have done so much for the city. I mean, Cleveland's fantastic, and I think nationally it still kind of gets that bad rap. And I understand when you play a football game like you did last night, Cleveland doesn't get the most notoriety.
It's true,
but there are so many wonderful individuals in Cleveland who do so much. It's very exciting for us to be able to turn around and pass an award on to others and express our gratitude for what the leaders in Cleveland do, not only just for the city, but for our program as well.
Fair enough.
And we'll present a scholarship to our participant at the breakfast as well.
So we have, our very first executive director, Dr. Doris Evans, has a scholarship in her name for one of our students to win. It's a very nice scholarship. They can use it for any educational purpose outside of high school, and we will be presenting that at the breakfast as well. I'll keep you. You have to get a ticket to find out who wins. Got to keep you in suspense.
That's cruel.
Always keep them wanting more, right, Jeremiah? Isn't
It's
that how
true.
It works? Yeah. It's
Well, you have to bait
Come on
them.
downtown.
That's called a teaser in your business, right? Is that how that works?
Teaser, baiting, one or the other.
Very good.
It's sort of that two-sided sword.
There you go.
And that, outside that, so we talked about the main campus and that.
Yeah.
Do you have anything?
Social media, I'll give us a plug there.
Oh, good call.
We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. I think I got them all.
And that's why she's our marketing person.
That's why I was
You notice
gonna
I'm not
say.
the one saying anything about, so I don't even know.
Keep that awareness out there.
Yeah, that's
right.
what I was going to say, about marketing the social media.
Yeah,
links.
that's
right.
the biggest misconception. People say, oh, you're that golf organization. But it's really the life skills and the core values that the kids learn through golf.
Well,
Golf
that's
is the
seen there,
vehicle.
what was it, August, when I found your guys' brochure. I'm still blanking on where I found it at. But it's, you're reading that, sort of your mission and all that going through. It's like something that we need more of out there.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, there's similar organizations that teach life skills through tennis. Or there's Urban Squash is another new one. So, everyone's kind of seeing the need and trying to fill the gap with the kids, no matter what their interest is sports-wise.
That's true. Mm-hmm. But outside of that, I want to thank you guys for coming.
Thank you
It's
for
been
having us.
good, informative.
Thanks so much,
Good,
Jeremiah.
yeah. We appreciate the time and the opportunity to come in and talk to you. This is fun.
That's what I try to do. Except my sort of mess up in the beginning.
Nah,
It
hey,
happens.
just like we tell our kids, we all make mistakes. It's how you react is what makes the big difference. So
True.
don't be so hard on yourself.
It happens.
I hear you.